Hello, hello, welcome. Welcome as you come in here. Come as you are, as you were, as I wanted you to be. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and use my earpods this time. Hopefully, I have some good sound here. I'm going to do a test sound over here, log in myself. Hopefully, I can see it. Take a look at the live. Somebody. I can see it. Yep. Let me hear the sound. Take a look at the live. All right, that should be good. Okay, cool. Hey, Omar, what's going on, bud? How you been? Doing all right? I see that you beat Edward to the punch today, huh? No Edward yet. Not Edward. Hey, did you see that? We're at 3,000 subscribers now. Once we hit that 10,000, baby, you're gonna get the smartwatch to go with your phone. Yeah, it's not much, but we'll find one for you. Okay, I made that promise, and I will send you one. I am in the middle or in the process of making a Facebook just for this channel, for politics, religion, and story time. Hey, Renee, how are you, my friend? Good to see you. Much love to you, man. Second like. I appreciate that. How you guys been? Anything new? Thanks for joining, guys. Thanks for joining. Yeah, I'm gonna work on the Facebook. So I think what I'm gonna do is so I have the X account, but I mean I don't I don't know how I feel about the X account, to be honest. Welcome everybody. Just please say hello. Drop a comment on the line here as you're coming in. I don't know about the X account. I mean, it says like I have like 400 followers in there, but I don't know if that's what you might call it. If that's legit. Could be a bunch of bots trying to get me to subscribe to their OnlyFans and stuff, and so I don't trust it. But you guys know, if you're subscribed to a YouTube channel or whatnot, you know that it's legit. Nobody's trying to trick you into any what do you call it? OnlyFans clubs and stuff. So yeah, Omar, we talked about it the other day, but I do have something to say about it today as well. Only because, you know, it amazes me how the media, as much as I want to give them credit, that that they learned their lesson, right? That they stopped lying, and that they learned their lesson, and to stop playing games with the people. I think that that's why a lot of Democrats have been hurt a lot, because the legacy media, has been running this agenda that has been given by not all Democrats, but maybe 50% of the corrupted Democrat politicians. Now, I'll take that back. I think all of the Democrats. You know why? And I'm going to say this, not because I have scoop on all of them, but you guys remember, did you guys watch when the president was addressing the nation, right, in the House of Representatives or whatever they do, that little speech? I forget right now what it's called, but when the president comes and says, "Okay, guys, we won. This is what we're going to do for the country." Did you remember the whole Democratic side, the whole side? They had signs saying "liar," they're saying "not true," thieves, things like that. Frank, we will talk about it today, so hang tight, okay? But be patient. Dark Matters, what's your address? Up, you go around the corner, up your, and that's where it is. Oh man, you beat me with it, but that's okay. I still got my piece in there. Welcome Mexico to the chat, my Mexican brothers. God bless you all. God bless you all for joining. You guys changed my conversation here. I was about to get started on the show. Everybody just popped in and started saying hello. Dark says ice is coming. I hope so. No, not right now. I'm feeling under the weather. Actually starting to have a runny nose. I wasn't really sure if I was going to do a live today. I got to drink this. No, it's not pee. It's some type of vitamin C immune booster, some BS. It tastes like Alka-Seltzer with a little bit of orange flavor. It's gross. I don't recommend it. I don't know if it's doing anything. I drank one earlier in the morning when I was starting to sneeze a lot. Excuse me. Oh my God. I don't know how people can stand that. I'm sure it's not that bad, but ugh. This is this is pee. This is a sacrifice that I'm making. This is a stunt that I'm pulling today so I can have my Democrat patriots, all those independent patriots, to come and join the fight for the truth. Drinking pee, making the sacrifice so that you guys join us and liberate this country again. Make America great again, baby. Oh my gosh. All right, Jack says drinking pus. No, not pus. Slayton says he wishes I was back in Mexico. As a matter of fact, Slayton, my boss today asked me if I wanted to go to Mexico. I said yes. I was excited, and then he said, "I'm just kidding. Just can't win them all, man. Just can't win them all." Cygnus says, "Speak English. I don't understand you." Don't know what to say to that. To be honest, I'm confused. MAGA drinks piss. All for the well-being of this country. That's how much I love you guys. All right, I got a lot of Hispanics in here that love MAGA. Oh, man, you guys are so lovely. You know, I'm going to say this. I have been, for the last couple of days, I've been talking about freedom of speech and freedom to right of expression and all this stuff. And I said, hey, can you not burn the American flag? I think that's very hateful. I think that shows disrespect to our fallen heroes. And you know what I heard? Everybody says, it's a freedom of speech. You do whatever you want. So guess what? Freedom of speech. Make America great again. Now, just because I have the hat that says make America great again, it doesn't mean that I'm better than you. On the contrary, we the people, we think that you guys are very important for this country. What we are asking, or what we're looking for, is for people to stand up and help this country, not destroy it, not take advantage of it, not abuse the system. We are looking for people to respect the law, respect the people. That's a really high priority. Respect the American people. Americans are very special, not because they're Americans, but because of the horrible history and atrocities that have occurred for them to be free today. And with them, I joined as a naturalized American citizen. So I say, God bless every single one of you mofos that is over here cussing at me and calling eyes on me and trying to send me down to Mexico. Even my boss laughed at me. He lied to me. He said, do you want to go to Mexico? I excitedly said, yes, absolutely. He said, I'm just kidding. What kind of a country do we live in? Ridiculous. Man, my feelings were hurt. But it's okay. Welcome home, brother, says C Unit. Thank you, brother. God bless you. That mother doesn't pay his child support. See, Dark, that's what you get, man. You got to be nice. If you're not nice, people are not going to love you. I'm going to tell you, I am so happy And I am so surprised at the same time how many wonderful patriots and Americans we get on this chat. And no offense to my American families, but I am so proud of seeing Latinos for Trump. For some reason, the Latino community, when we say we want illegal immigrants out of this country, they automatically tell me I'm a sellout. Oh, you traitor to your race. And, they tell me all this negative stuff. But it's like, wait, who say you were illegal? Like, who's saying that Hispanics are illegal? I don't say that. They say that. So I just find it very curious, right? That I say I want all illegal immigrants out of here. And then the Hispanic people, they get mad at me because if the shoe fits, well, you wear it. Look at that. Sellouts, they say. I don't understand. I did have ESL when I first came to this country. And don't blame me for my accent. I blame all you mofos out there that are white, black, from the South, Texan, Irish, Scottish. You guys messed up my accent. I don't have a cool accent like Antonio Banderas. I wish I did. I was in a sauna last night, and I saw this Indian guy. I don't know what tribe he was from. I didn't ask. I don't want to be too intrusive. But there was a guy from some Polynesian island, with the tooth and the whole thing, right, from the Polynesian culture. And there's a white guy in there that looked like Judas Iscariot. But they asked me, they say, hey, so where are you from? I said, you native? I was like, yeah, I'm native, but I'm native from Honduras. I said, I'm mixed native Indian with a Spaniard. And they said, oh, yeah, Honduras. I can tell by your accent. I said, tell me about it. A lot of people in my lives, they tell me my accent is horrible. So I blame everybody here in America for the horrible accent that you guys have created for me. But even so, though, God bless you. I love you. And I appreciate every single one of you guys. Joseph Martinez, American native here. God bless you, brother. I'm glad that you're in here. Oh, man, Asana guys. Jonathan. Oh, man, we ain't doing the Russia sauna thing, man. That's you went too far. Sage, what's going on, baby? Thanks for the hellos. Born and bred here, says Brand. God bless you, man. God bless America. Let's make America great together again. Yeah. Wait, you're native? My cousin? My relative? No, you're a MAGA. Oh, man. What's a MAGA, guys? What's make America great again? What does that mean? What does that mean? Make America great. Let's get some patriots in here. Joseph, praise the Lord, he says. Praise God. Ugh, so gross, guys. They say, get the orange flavor, they say. The orange flavor. Orange flavor sucks. Especially with seltzer. Ugh. Always get grape or cherry. Never listen to orange flavor. It sucks. Samuel Westo, again, when was it great the first time around? See, I'm glad you asked. I'm glad you asked that question. Because here in this live, we have answers. I remember when Ronald Reagan was president, I think America was pretty great. I think it was pretty good. And then we had a couple of Democrats, which I think America was still doing okay. We're doing good. We're doing good. And then somewhere towards at the end of the 90s, communists took over the Democratic Party. I don't know how it happens, but we lost our beautiful Democrat patriots. You know, when we talk about our better half, we have two big parties here, the Republicans and the Democrats. That everybody knows, right? Of course, we love independence. They're still patriots. We still love them. They're Americans. But we all know that Republicans and Democrats are the biggest party. And let me tell you how I see this. When the Democrats won, now before the communists hided themselves into the Democrat name, back then, It was, okay, Democrats won. And we're like, dang it. You know, some people on the Republican side, well, we didn't win, but hey, let's go. That's our better half right now. I think America was great right there. Boom, Republicans win. Democrats, man, that sucks. Yeah, you know what? That's our better half right there. Let's go. America first. Let's go. And I remember there was a time where their slogan of Made in America was a great thing. That's when America was great. So I'm glad you asked. Because after Obama, well, I started with Bill Clinton, but I like Bill Clinton regardless. But from Obama, Biden, I mean, even though Trump came in there for like one run at it, you know, that he came in there and tried to do something, we didn't have that, hey, we lost, this sucks. But you know what? America first, let's go. Team, better half is coming up. No, they spent, the Democrats, the communists, not the Democrats. You beautiful Democrats in here, even though you're talking some smack, I get it. But I still love you. I'm with you. But these communists, dressed as Democrats, okay, this is the filthy Democrat politicians that we have, which I hope a lot of you Democrats, real Democrats that are on this chat, raise your children to be patriots of this country. And it's okay if you want to raise them with some of your values, that's okay. But make sure that they fight for this country, not for illegal immigrants and foreigners. We are supposed to welcome the foreigners, but not the criminals. That's not how it works. Just like in Washington, D.C., they are not there to oppress the people. They are there to protect the American citizens. They're not there to protect illegal immigrants. They're there to arrest them if they get in the way. That's what ICE is for, right? I know a lot of people doubted the National Guard being in there, right? Somebody said on one of my videos, one of my shorts, I said, hey, you know what? Mayors and governors, and if you see my shorts, you'll remember I said this. I said mayors and governors are hating Donald Trump because he says that he's going to send the National Guard to their state. I'm sorry, guys. I'm getting sick. And you know what? The people are saying, no, we don't like these mayors. We don't like this governor. Send the National Guard. We need help. The people have spoken. The ratings on these mayors are like 5% approval. Some have negative percent approval, if you can believe that. How are they in office unless they are cheating? A few mayors have been caught stealing the election. They go in because they have these mail-in ballots. They got caught taking the ballots off the mail drop-off locations. And guess what? That's how they won. They cheated. And so, of course, the mayor goes up and says, okay, let's say, for example, crime is up 80%. In order for them to look good, they say, hey, crime is down 30%. Every year, we're getting better and better. Because last year, only 800 people died. But this year, only 700 died. We're doing better. We're not done with the year. 10 lives is too many. 1 life is too many. No governor should be happy with any lives being lost. And let me tell you something. The governors, they're the commander-in-chief of their National Guard. Every state has them. And they could use them to keep Americans safe, but they don't. So here's where I'm going. The actual residents that are being killed, are being mugged, carjacked, the ones that are suffering, the ones that see that housing is going to illegal immigrants. Again, not just Hispanics, just illegal immigrants in general. You know, they're the ones yelling for it. People that say we live in the ghetto. Oh, there's killings here all the time. Oh, this is happening in the ghetto all the time. You know what? These are the people that you need to listen to. Not the white people that get paid to go protest in D.C. That's not even their state. That's not even the people that live there. That's just some people, I'm going to watch my words, that got paid to go and protest something that they know nothing about. They just know that they need to make a racket and make noise, because this is what the corrupted politicians are paying for. Soros has been getting away with it for so long. I can't wait until this guy gets subpoenaed and gets investigated. You know, you remember what Letitia James said? I can't wait to go to office, and every day I'm going to wake up and I'm going to go to work and I'm going to sue his ass and get this president, illegitimate president, out of office. And I'm going to do this every day. Well, she says, follow the money. Follow the, he's doing some dirty laundering money. She has no facts, but she thinks. This is a country where we think innocent until proven guilty, right? Well, these corrupted politicians, they know that they're crooked, so they don't see it that way. They want to make people look guilty, even if they're most innocent person in the world. So what happens? Letitia James says, oh, I'm going to sue him. I'm going to sue him, and I'm going to fight him, and I'm going to impeach him, and I'm going to do this and this and that. Okay. All right. Now listen to this. Now that they have spoken, now that we know that they are corrupted, let's use the same medicine right back on them. Letitia James, let's follow the money. Let's grab Soros and follow that money. Let's see who he's paying. Let's see what NGO is getting money. Which, by the way, I told you guys yesterday on my live, I told you $1.3 billion went missing. The government here in Washington state has given money to some group, an NGO, which overpaid contractors that they had by hundreds of thousands of dollars. And now we got $1.3 billion missing from the budget. This is what these corrupted Democrat politicians, which I don't believe they're Democrats anymore. I don't know what other name to use in order for you to understand who I'm speaking about. But that is the fact. That is the truth. That's what's happening. And you know what? You don't believe me? You think that I'm making up that the people of D.C. is wanting Donald Trump there with the National Guard? You think I'm lying about Chicago's victims and the actual neighborhoods wanting the National Guard? Look what the mayor of Washington, D.C. said. Trump was right. We got 20 days, no deaths. Wow. Trump was right. They need their help. So my second message, besides showing you the truth, is this. Support your local government. Tell them you want more police. And stop playing this victim thing. It doesn't work. We have mental problems. We need asylums. We need supervised people. We need to stop offering junkies free drugs. Safe places to do drugs. No. Tie these mofos up. Help them get cleansed. Clean them up. Give them some hope. Don't tell them they're worthless. Don't tell them that they're homeless and their life is so horrible. Their life is so meaningless. And stop telling them that. Tell them you are worth more than what you think. We love you. We want you. You got to stand up. You got to work. It's a sacrifice. Sometimes we don't like to go to work, but it's a sacrifice. And you know what? You sow value into these people. You give them hope instead of, I lost my house. I was paying for 30 years, but the taxes, property taxes, I can't afford it. I'm on fixed income. Social Security is dying. What am I going to do in life? And then anxiety kicks in, and then depression kicks in. And then on top of that, they start believing in God, and they start believing in Satan. And then there's all these demons everywhere, and people are going crazy. The shooting in Minneapolis, this guy was a trans guy, was the guy that apparently had been mutilated to be a fake woman. 3 types of guns. He killed 2 kids. I think he hurt 14 other people and 3 other people, 17 other people. Why? Because we keep saying guns is a problem. It's not the guns. It's a mental health problem. And we see it a lot on rioting, in protesting. And then the real Democrats get caught up in it. I see them all the time. You know, you can tell the fake Democrats from the real Democrats. Go to any rally, go to any protesting. You're going to see how the real Democrats act and how the fake Democrats act. The mentally unstable people are not your real Democrats. I am so sorry. I wish I can include everybody as a good person on everything. But it's a mental issue. It's a mental problem. And we have mayors and governors that they are sinking in sand. And instead of staying still and slowly make their way out, they keep moving so fast. And they just keep sinking and sinking and sinking. And then the people, they have no hope. They have no hope because they keep cheating on the elections. And so message number 3, support ID, citizenship verification, and voting in person. That's how you're going to know who really wins. This last time, the only reason why we won was by the grace of God. And a lot of Democrats and a lot of Republicans showed up to vote for the saving of this country. It's not Republicans. It's American patriots. You can have your party, and that's okay. I love it. I love both parties. They need to compete. Hey, what are you going to do? I hate Trump. And then the half side said, yeah, good job, right? And then the other side, okay, what you going to do? Well, we need to tackle criminals. We need to get rid of corruption. Well, we need to make sure that we bring more money to the people's pockets. We're going to make some tax cuts for businesses. Yeah, we know they got money, but we need them to employ more people. We're going to cut we're going to deregulate some stuff that's making a burden for businesses to do business. You know what? We're going to put some taxes on the world because they've been tariffing us for a very, very long time, decades and decades, and we're on a $37 trillion deficit. It is time for us to make some money. How about we put a tariff on Canada? Canadians go, no, we're friends, and we're best friends, and we stood together, and we done this and this and that, and screw the USA. We don't want you. And now you hear them. All retaliatory tariffs, we're cutting them off. We're not doing that no more. That's how it is. So, advice number 4. Anyone that talks against the United States of America will get what's coming for them. Not by us, but because this is God's country. This is a Christian country, whether people like it or not. You don't got to be a believer. You're still going to benefit from it. But there's plenty of Christian people in here praying for this country. And you don't have to be a believer. You don't have to be any type of Christian. But the ones that are Christians are praying for this country. And we are also blessed because we are also allies with Israel. As we all know, Israel is God's people. And so as such, we will become best friends with them and we'll take care of them because God's people need our help. And God will bless us. You know, we benefit so much from Israel. You guys have no idea. This golden dome that is being built right now, that's Israel technology. A lot of the weapon technology that we have, Israel technology. They have shared that just with us. All right. Let me make a pause right there. Let me read some comments. My moderator hasn't shown up yet because I'll get a lot of junk to go through here. Click here. Hello, people says. Hello, click. Welcome to the chat. If MAGA is so good, why wasn't prices lower like Trump promises? Noah, have you not noticed that you're not paying $45 for a carton of eggs? You are now back to paying $8 and some change for eggs. Gasoline has dropped down by $2 to $3, and the only reason why prices don't drop down more is because of your current local governors. Your mayors for your city, all their property taxes, business taxes, regulation taxes, employer taxes, federal, city, and man, all kinds of taxes. There's taxes everywhere. Did you know that if you If you make $10 million right now, you're going to pay so much taxes on those $10 million. And then when you die, you're going to pay taxes on that money as well. And right now, the government keeps all of your money. There is this thing called inheritance tax. All your hard work. Listen to this. This is how illogical it is to live in a blue state. You work your butt off. You made the investments. You made the sacrifices. You did everything that you could, right? This is for everybody. You did everything that you could so that your kids will have a future, so that your children and your children's children will have a way to come up on this world, right? You did all this hard work. And when you die, they got to pay taxes on everything that you already paid taxes. So if you got $10 million and you pay $4 million in taxes, now you got $6 million. You die. They will pay another $4 million in taxes, and then your kids get $2 million. I know that's a lot of money, but that's just an example that I'm giving you so that it makes sense to you. Taxing is demonic. I don't believe on taxing the people. I believe on tariffs. You know why? Let me tell you why I believe in tariffs. Tariffs is how the government gets paid. That's how they make money. The more money they make on tariffs, the less money they need from us. Eventually, if everything works out, if you stop fighting it and you think about it, you will not have to pay federal taxes from your check when you work. Now, that's never going to happen because there's too many hard-headers out there that don't believe this. But I've seen this in history. I don't have to be an economist to know this. It is in history. I don't need a book in economics to tell me how to make money in this country. I go back and look at history. How did we come up? By working hard, getting off our asses, and stop depending on other people to give us money. We go out there and we go get it. I don't need to learn from a new book. We have a full history of atrocities, of mistakes, of good deeds, bad deeds. You know, we have battles, we have wars. We have so many examples that will help us make better decisions today. And I don't understand why people don't get that. Why are you looking at some book to tell you about the future when the future is not made, it's not set in stone, but the past, the history that happened, it's a fact, it's true. You learn from that and then you move on. This is why when I talk common sense, a lot of you that have subscribed, if not all of you, you subscribed because you're common sense people. I know you don't believe everything I say, and that's okay. You shouldn't. You should always do your research. As a matter of fact, sometimes you guys put stuff in here that is like, oh, shoot, I didn't know that. You know what? But you did. And that's what it's all about. Let's exchange some good ideas, right? You know everything I'm telling you is true. Am I right? Somebody says I am old, calling me Unc. Trump is on the Epstein list. All right, we'll talk about it, brother. We'll talk about it, Demo. All right. Are you going to stop me right there? All right. Here's what's going on with the Epstein. Oh, man. I honestly don't even want to talk about the Epstein files. Let me tell you why. Number one, anybody that's using drugs and is tripping and says Donald Trump is on the Epstein files and then go rampant and go crazy like this is the worst enemy and you don't know this guy, and I mean, bruh, okay, Elon Musk was messed up, and you can watch the video when he's in the White House with Donald Trump. This guy is tweaking and he's doing this and he's doing all kinds of crazy stuff. The guy was tweaking. All right, here we go. Here's another one. Pam Bundy. Man, Pam Bundy, you dropped the ball. All right, I'll give you that one. Pam Bundy did drop the ball. I still like Pam Bundy. Give me a second. We're going to stop in Pam Bundy. Let's see. Tulsa, what do you got? You better be something good. Can you explain what satire is? You lying. Or do you understand authoritarianism? Yes. When the people tell the president what we want and he does it, is the opposite of authoritarian. Please give 2 examples. Oh, never mind. I already did. Okay. See, this is what I like about reading comments. Craig says there's too many leftists in here. Craig, there can never be too many leftists. Let me tell you something. I know, brother. God, I love it too. God bless you. I'm with you, okay? There can never be too many lefties, as you call them, because remember what I told you. The Democrat politicians, they have been lying to these people. But millions of Democrats have actually turned away from them. And I'm sure they're still waiting for the time for the real Democratic Party to come back. I mean, that should be the goal. We need Democrats. We can't just have one party and then let's go with that. No. We need competition. We need different ideas. We need to do different things. So I know millions of Democrats are turning to the Republican Party for now, but that doesn't mean they're going to be Republicans forever, right? I know here, the Democrats have been doing so many things against us. They went against the big, beautiful bill. And man, it was better. I think it was better before they made all these little amendments and the little arrangements and stuff. But watch the hypocrisy. Do you guys remember when they made up that BS about the climate change and stuff? It's like, dude, come on. I know history. We have had quite a few ice ages. And I know that where's desert now used to be an ocean. And when there's ocean now, that used to be a desert. Life in this world changes all the time. Volcanoes exploding do more pollution to the atmosphere than we do here in the United States of America. And yet, we are the ones being condemned by the change. NASA says that we're running out of oxygen. That sounds scary, but it's been happening for a long, long time. And of course, we know that the sun is dying. Now, will we see it die? Probably not. It takes millions of years for that to happen. But that's history. That is science. This is what we learn. You see, we can't look at the future and think we got everything figured out. But if we look at the past, then we can figure out what we can do today to hopefully change a little bit of what the future is going to bring for our lives. See, I like to go all subjects at the same time. Sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it's not a good thing, but with this whole Epstein file one, here's another one. All right, we got a hold of Ghislaine Maxwell. What did she say? She says Trump was a perfect gentleman. Nothing to do with the Epstein Island. There you go. You won the Epstein files. Well, you got a live person. In person. Now, if you don't trust her, if you don't believe her, why don't you ask Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton why she was invited at their daughter's wedding? Not just that, but she was also a spokesperson for their charity. Why don't you go question the Clintons about their involvement with Epstein files? If they had those, they would have released those files a long time. They hate Trump so bad, they probably don't care who gets burnt. And I'm gonna prove it to you right now. These people hate Trump so much. He wants to get rid of illegal immigrants because we voted for that. What do? They fight against them and they protect the illegal immigrants and they forget about their citizens, right? And then Trump puts tariffs on the world. And they said, oh, Trump, terrorists are evil. Oh, this guy, he's authoritarian. He thinks he's a king. He thinks he can do whatever he wants. And they go off on Trump. But what do we really find out? The world has been putting tariffs on us. We have been losing money for decades. They don't say that. They automatically said, well, Trump put tariffs. All right, let's go against that. Tariffs are evil. So what are they saying? Are you calling the world evil? Because they all have tariffs on us. It's a fact. I'm not trying to be condescending. I'm not trying to be anything. But that's a fact, yeah? Yeah, I know. I know it's true. So what happens? Here, Donald Trump sees that the crime is getting worse and worse, and there is no way that saying 40% of crime is going down when more people are getting killed. When there's so many videos of people just robbing stores. Look at California. These people say, oh, well, you know, it's okay. If they steal under $1,000, it's okay. They don't get prosecuted. What do? They destroy complete businesses. That's their logic. But because Donald Trump said we want law and order, now all of a sudden they're against that. Donald Trump says to the senior citizens, this big, beautiful bill is going to make sure that our senior citizens don't get taxed on their Social Security. Boom. Democrats said, whoa, let's go with that. Hey, senior citizens, Donald Trump thinks he's king, and he's going to take away your Social Security. And what do we see? A lot of old people out there protesting. Some old ladies like crying. Like, it was sad. It was really bad. How can they do this to people that need to be protected? An old lady, she's about 80-something years old. She's out there. I'm scared. I don't know what's going on. My Social Security is taken away. No, lady, nobody's taking it away. You're just not going to pay taxes anymore. That's a good thing. A few more dollars in your pocket. Grandma, you're going to be okay. Tia Calenture says 364 million verdict in civil fraud case, 2 million charity abuse judgment, 88.3 million sexual abuse verdict, 26 sexual assault allegations, $25 million fraud settlement. If you're talking about Trump, nah, he was vindicated from all that. He was not charged, by the way. I hope that's not what you're saying. Maybe I'm missing those numbers. Malibu spammer. Yeah. Jose is a spammer. I don't have my moderator here today. It's all right, guys. Don't worry about that. Let's see. What else we got? Jacob, law and order is fine. However, the National Guard and military is not the way to do it. What's so wrong about our National Guard? They are our American servicemen. They are us. You know what? If you're on the street and you're being mugged, I'm not the police, but if I'm there, I'm jumping in. The police got a job to do. They are outnumbered. The National Guard is there. They don't arrest. They help the police. They are there for support. 64 failed businesses. Yes. 6 bankruptcies. Yes. All of his 3 families he cheated on. Yes. Now, I love your enthusiasm. Now, Tia, I really, really love your enthusiasm, and it shows me that you know Trump and everything about him very well. Kudos to you. I mean it. Very good. Now, go ahead and tell me what he has done since he became president this time. I want to see a big fat list of everything that he has done good for our country. Yeah. Oh, yeah, man, that's wonderful. Oh, yeah, that's a lot of good things that he's done. Yeah, I'm glad you know that part of him as well. Well done. Yeah, well done. You show me you're not a crazy lunatic leftist. That's very good. Good for you. You defended yourself. I like that. So Trump has brought the economy to a better state. He's bringing a lot of businesses back. It takes time, guys. It takes time. It's not an overnight thing. There's already manufacturers being built back in this country. So we'll wait. Give some time. We gave the crazy Democrat lunatic politicians a few decades to destroy our country. The least you can do is let President Donald Trump have at least 4 years of uninterrupted with your bullcrap and your whining and your victimhood and your desire to stay lazy. Let him have 4 years of work interrupted free. This is why we, the people, voted for him. I'm still waiting for the big list. Okay, here we go. There are a matter of public records of all his judgments against him, blah, 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 lawsuits. I don't give a shit about that. We already know his past. I want you to tell me, what has Donald Trump done since he became president this second term? You know why you have nothing? Because you hate the guy. You've been trained to hate the man. Now, the way I see it, I don't care if it's Trump, Putin, Biden. I don't care who is in office right now. But if I see the results that I'm looking at right now, that's all I care about. I don't care that Bill Clinton got a BJ in the Oval Office. Yeah, good for him. Everybody needs one, right? But if he was doing what President Donald Trump has done right now, it doesn't matter who's in office, I'll celebrate that. And right now, whether you like it or not, bankruptcies, any of us can do. That's what the system is for. Any tax breaks that you can do, he knows them. He's got lawyers. He didn't do anything illegal. They lied to him. They lied about him overpricing his property to save taxes. That was bullcrap. And Letitia James now is going to pay for accusing him for that, because that's what she was doing. That's what Shifty Shift is doing. They're going to go to jail for accusing President Donald Trump for doing what they were doing. How about that? Is that public record? And if it hasn't happened yet, you're going to find out when they go to jail. Yeah, $600 million lawsuit against him was thrown out by the judge. You didn't mention that on your list, but I appreciate your enthusiasm. Now, I'm not upset. I get excited. That's what happens with me. I get passionate about stuff, okay? But I'm just trying to tell you the truth. I don't like being manipulated. I don't like this, oh, I heard something, it's true. No. You said what? I need to hear something, and then I got to do my research. Oh, well, let me find out. Okay, all right. The Republican McCarthy. I didn't trust that guy. I thought he was a two-face, and he's a Republican. Look at the other guy, what's his name? Rampart. What's his name? He ran for president against Donald Trump, and he got tore up by President Trump. I thought he was good with some of the stuff, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to watch this guy. I'm going to see what he does. And you know what? He backed up. He backed up the corrupted Democrats. He almost messed up. Rand Paul, thank you very much, Miguel. He almost messed up the big, beautiful bill getting ahead. Look what's happening. Our border is secure. ICE agents. Man, thousands of people are becoming ICE agents now, because why? Now they got better benefits. They got a bonus sign up. You know, they got support from the president. National Guards got their back. The police, local police got their back. Like, this is something that's never happened before. I'm going to go ahead and switch gears with you a little bit. When I'm looking at the White House, I've never been there. But whenever I look at the White House, what is the first thing that comes up to me? Thank you, Nikki. What is the first thing that comes up to me? Okay, the White House is got to be the most impeccable house in the whole United States of America. What does Trump do? Hey, I noticed that they raised some LGBTQ corruption flag in the White House. And we got a little teensy weeny American flag over there. What does he do? He brings the workers in. Yes, he got a lot of crap because that one guy that was running the crane, that's his job. If there's none running the crane, he's getting paid per the hour. He was taking a nap when the cameras were there. So what? That's his break time. Let him take a nap. The work that he does is very important. So forget about that. They pay per the job. Okay? So he gets to do whatever he wants. But what does Trump say? He grabs his hat and he goes over there by the media, and look at the way that they're working on the ground. Isn't it wonderful? And they have to use a certain kind of sand. It's not just any sand, but they have to use a certain kind of blah blah blah. And he's like this architecture guy, this construction builder, real estate that he is, right? The genius of Donald Trump, and just so like excited, so inspired, and saying, that beautiful flag, the one you see back here in reverse, because I still can't flip the damn screen on this phone. But you know what? He's the first one to ever put a big American proudful flag in the White House lawn. He is also the okay. Somebody put some LGBT flags. I have no problem against gays or lesbians. I know there's a sexual preference there. That's their prerogative. Anything after that, I don't support. You guys got mental problems. Trans, you guys cannot make a man a woman or a woman a man. That is a dying subject. I'm not going to get into that. I don't believe that. You guys support pedophiles. You guys support any other mental deprivation that you have sexually in your mind. I don't support the LGBTQ. But I definitely love everybody. I don't support what they do. But gays and lesbians, I can understand. Yes, there is, Jose. And, you know, we love everybody, but we're not going to be indoctrinated into adapting this whole pronouns BS. What the hell? You, they, them? I am non-binary? These people are so retarded. How do they do that? And they get away with it. I don't understand. I don't understand. Anyways, that's all the time you get from me on that LGBTQ thing. All right? So with that being said, that's right, Leon. And you said it, not me. But you said it. Michael says, he, him, mad. Hey, don't judge my sex. How do you know my he, him? Are you judging me? You see how retarded you sound, bro? This is why your stuff never works. You just called me a he, him. How do you know? How do you know if I'm not a woman right now? According to your logic, it doesn't make sense, does it? Eat it. With that being said, I am very proud of Donald Trump and all the Democrat and Republicans that have joined hands to support this great country. And we hope to keep pushing forward. You know, Donald Trump has so much pride into making the White House so good. And right now, he's doing an amazing job in Washington, D.C. He wants other presidents, other prime ministers, other people that come from all over the world to come and visit our capital to be safe, to see the D.C., the capital of the United States of America, the greatest country on this earth. It's actually being taken care of. It's clean, crime-free. I mean, who else doesn't want that? As Americans, that's what we want. You know, and the other thing is, like, you know, the first thing that people were saying when he was talking about making a ballroom in the White House, right? I remember Schumer came out and he's like, oh, well, he never asked us for money. I don't know what taxpayers' money he's going to use for that. And then Trump dropped the bomb and said, actually, I'm paying for that. And there's other donors that are going to give money. And it's going to cost around $200 million to build this beautiful ballroom. Shut it. He just shut the corrupted, lying Democrat politicians right there. And then on top of that, Trump has been so transparent. The legacy media doesn't even know what to do with him. He goes in there, invites them over for a meeting, for a cabinet meeting, I think it was, 3.5 hours. These guys had to cancel their news, their schedule for the afternoon because it was so long. President Donald Trump allowed the media to be there. Like, this guy has nothing to hide. He asked his press secretary, Secretary of Defense, he said, okay, what's going on here? And he knows what's going on. Remember Joe Biden? 3 minutes. Okay, we're done. Okay, that's it, guys. Everybody, all right, thanks for coming. Get nothing to see. Get going. Get out of here. But Donald Trump and his cabinet, all right, what do you got over there? Health Department, tell me what's going on. Yep. Hey, what about the thing that you said that was going to happen? Oh, that's right, Mr. President. We are doing this and that. Dude, the guy is on point. You should be proud of your president in office right now. This guy sleeps about 4 hours and works the rest of the day. You work for about, you don't work. You spend all day chanting violence and negativity. We don't do that. Patriots of this country that love this country, we get up in the morning, we work hard, we'll get our money, we take care of our family. We don't want to be dependent on the government. We don't need no food stamps. We don't need no welfare. We can always get some help with medical bills. I get it. I'm for it. But I am not for universal health care. I think when we have universal health care, the health care goes to crap. You know, they take advantage of the people if they can. I don't understand this. If they sell me an IV for $2, why at the hospital they charge me $865 for an IV that costs $2 to make? Doesn't make sense. But then if the insurance pays it, they charge $1,400. You know why they charge $1,400? Because your insurance only covers a certain percentage, and they still squeeze hundreds of dollars out of your pocket. Man, I hate vaccines. I didn't believe in the COVID-19 vaccine. I thought that was BS, and I'm so pissed that I took it. But I am happy that as a father, I didn't allow my kids to take it. It's crazy. How can the mayor of D.C. praise Donald Trump by having the National Guard in D.C. and acknowledging the peace that they have seen, the change they have seen in the last 20 days. And yet I still see people in here and out there in the news, on the podcast and all the videos that keep complaining about the National Guard. Oh, it's not right. How can they treat Americans like that? You mean criminals? They're not bothering Americans. As a matter of fact, hey, Mr. Jones, as a matter of fact, we love our National Guard. I'm glad they're visiting D.C. I want them over here in Seattle, Washington. We need the National Guard over here. There is new gangs popping left and right. Down in the south of Tacoma, 5, Federal Way. Those areas that are very horrible, crime-ridden. We want the National Guard over here. And somebody commented on one of my videos, and they said, yeah, right. No, nobody's asking for the National Guard. And somebody actually commented, I am from Chicago, and I asked him for the National Guard. I didn't say nothing. I didn't say anything. All right. That was a person, an actual resident that lives there. You know, here's another thing I will mention. Somebody said something about the floods here, I think. Give me a second. Balthasar says, Texas floods, you defunding FEMA. FEMA sucks. It's a piece of junk, and it should have been fired a long time ago. I believe, as the president believes, that responsibility belongs to the local government. Period. Every state has a National Guard allotted for them for emergencies. Now, the president can also send more troops, but other states that have National Guard has also the opportunity to deploy the National Guard and help out in those crises. There's no excuse. Besides having the system that warns people from storms and things like that, from what I heard was that there was no warning. Well, 0 to no warning. Okay? And that's what happens. Guess what? It happens. Disasters happen. Floods happen all the time. You can prepare all you want. You know how many houses I have seen just coming off the cliff because the river got too big? There's nothing they can do to stop it. People lose their whole properties by the river because for some reason the water was too much for the ground, and then you had a mudslide. You're not God. We are not God. We cannot control that. Does that make sense? Cool Renee says, Christians, please, what do you think about California fires? Are they deliver leaf set? You know, I feel really bad for Californians right now. They call them Angelinos, but Californians, all together, the whole state. Let's see, bro, state and national is different. You smoke or trying too hard to be famous. Giovanni, I don't give a crap about being famous. Common sense, brother. Use common sense. Why is it that you people depend on the government? Why do you depend on them? Stop depending on the government. What did you do for the floods? That's my question. Nothing. But you expect everybody else to take care of everything. Guys, we can't do that. This is why I said I want subscribers in here that are patriots for this country, that are trying to fix problems, not make problems. I don't need somebody to tell me, oh, they're not doing this, they're not doing that, they're not doing that. What are you doing for your country? You remember that old famous saying? Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Common sense is not firing essential services like FEMA. FEMA was bullcrap. Like I said, they were garbage. People have been waiting years for their stuff to be taken care of. What the hell do we want FEMA to hold funds from people? You know why they hold funds from people? Because they waste it and they don't know how to recover it. They don't know how to pay it back. They do things like what happened here in Seattle. They lost $1.2 billion and nobody knows where that money went. We have over $26 trillion from the last couple of decades that Democrats have been in office. Nobody knows where that money went. And all you guys can talk about, Epstein files. Epstein files. We're $37 trillion in deficit, in debt. And all you can think about, Epstein files. Trump is a felon. Christians are evil. Man, come on, wake up. We got to do something good for this country, guys. Stop complaining and start doing something. I don't count on the government, but I'll tell you something. When the government offers help that is going to enable me to do something better for myself, I accept it. I will not accept the government doing everything for me. I don't depend on the government. But when they cut in my taxes, that allows me to work extra hours. When they're making it cheaper prices for the groceries, I'm down for that because I'm still working. You see what I'm saying? I'm taking care of myself and my family. My wife and I, we both work. We take care of our family. We don't depend on the government. There's a big difference. Many of you out there, I like how you guys point out, oh, they're not doing this and they're not doing that. And what are you doing? That's my question. That's what I want to know. So when you guys have the nerves to complain about what's happening, I want you to put right behind that comment, what are you doing to help? I have Tia here that has commented nothing but negative things about Donald Trump. I have not seen one acknowledgement to say tariffs made countries come to the United States and make deals. I have not seen anything. You know, let me see. Tia said something about walked into little girl's dressing. Oh my God, seriously? Again with that bull crap? No, that's not true. And it was proven in court. Drop that shit. That was decades ago. Knock it off. Talk about what's happening today. You guys are talking about the things that the Democrat corrupted politicians have been telling you. You guys don't see anything but what you want to see. There is people out there hating the police. I don't feel safe. Why? Are you a criminal? I tell my wife this all the time when I'm driving. Oh, babe, she tells me, drive careful. There's a police there. So what? I know how to drive. They're not going to pull me over for nothing if I'm not doing anything wrong. They don't pull me over for that. That's where I'm at. So what am I doing, Giovanni? I'm telling the truth. I do what I can with the talent that I have. Now, you think I'm trying to be popular. It's nothing to do with popular. But if I have a talent to do something, I'm going to do that. There's other things that I do besides this. This is not the only thing. As a Hispanic, I have many hats that I wear. MAGA is one of them. Oh, man. All right. Hajim says groceries are more expensive now. Why do you think that is, Hajim? Do you think it's the tariffs that's making... Thank you, Jose Membrane. Love you, brother. Do you think that is the tariffs that are making the groceries more expensive, Hajim? Cool Cat says, Karen Bass cut the fire department. Oh, $17 million in Los Angeles. Talking about cutting FEMA. Have you guys complained about Karen Bass in California? Thank you, Renee, for that information. This is true. Chapman said, you're not telling the truth. You're deflecting whenever someone brings something up. Hey, brother or sister or whatever the hell you are. There is thousands of chats coming through my screen. I'm not going to read every one of them. Somebody put a chat in there, get $2. I saw that because it comes out bigger, okay? You do a super chat, it comes out even bigger. I don't miss the question. And I said this before. If I read your comments, it better be something good that will benefit you. But if you're going to sit there and insult me and bring all these lies, then what am I supposed to say to that? It doesn't matter what I tell you. It doesn't matter what facts I tell you. It doesn't matter if you have seen the truth yourself. The fact of the matter is, or as they say, at the end of the day, you already made up your mind on what you believe. And so therefore, nothing that I say is going to make a difference. So why sit here and try to explain to you all the things that I have seen happening when all you guys are going to keep telling me is, okay, like I just saw a little piece of the last comment that Tia made. She says, you denied the election, denied the outcome of the election, she says. And what the hell did you do for 4 years when Trump was president on his first term? Talking about hypocrites, right? I want you guys to be enlightened for real. Like, I want you to see things, not just by what you have heard, but what do you see at some point. If people come to my wife and say, your husband is a horrible person, he does this and he does that. At the end of the day, what my wife gets from me is my love, my support, and I made an oath to take care of her and my kids. Everything that I work for, everything that I try to do in my life is not for me. When I die, everything is theirs. I don't work so that I can be better. I work so that my children are taken care of. My wife knows this, and this is why she supports me 100%. There's nothing that my wife doesn't know about my life. The good and the bad, she knows. She accepted me that way. I have accepted her mistakes. This is what happens when you tell each other the truth. You find support in true love. And I wish that you guys would do the same. You guys are bringing up things from 20 years ago. What does that got to do with today? Be happy. Don't be miserable. Pray for one another. And if you don't agree with my faith values, that's okay. You don't have to. But if you don't want to pray, just try to be happy for yourself. Do the world a favor. Tulsa Honda says, yeah, well, that's great about your work and all, but there's no middle class left. There's still middle class. It's just the poor versus the rich at this point. Tulsa, it is getting closer to that side. I believe that. You know, when I was in high school, 20 years ago, right before I graduated, 21 years ago, my math teacher told me that within 30 years, which is crazy, right? He was pretty damn accurate. There will be no more middle class. There will only be rich and poor. And I agree with you on that. I think we're getting there. We're not there yet, but we're getting there. That's for sure. Leon says, good that they're doing it. Craig says, preach, my man. Man, God bless you, brother. Thank you for the support. You guys, you know how it is. And I'm being really honest. Maybe I shouldn't be so honest, and I should hide my feelings and my emotions. But I'm going to tell you something. When I tell you I love you, I mean it. Let me tell you why. This is me. This is me in life. This is what the haters do. They insult. They put you down. They lie about you. They keep doing all these negative things about you. And then you come and say, hey, man, good job. Hey, God bless you. Prayers for you. May God protect you. You know what? You're doing a good job. Keep going. That's exactly how you do. And I, believe me, 100%, I appreciate you very much. So thank you for the love. I feel it. It energizes me, you know, and maybe it looks like I'm angry when I raise my voice, but no, I just get more passionate about it. You know what I mean? My wife says, "Oh, babe, are you mad?" I was like, "No, I'm just passionate." Oh man! If you didn't notice, I have ADHD, and it's actually very helpful because it helps me concentrate on tasks a lot more. But unfortunately, there's a weakness that I can also be distracted easily at some points. So with that being said, I want to take some time to say, guys, thank you so much. You know, every time I do a live, you guys are so supportive. You know, I'm just an average Joe, you know, trying to tell the truth out there. We talk a little bit about what's going on in DC. The $37 trillion in debt, blame it on Trump. Wait, Hold on, I got to go back to that one. Who said that? Where are you? Oh, Craig, you're being sarcastic. Okay, yeah. Blame the $37 trillion in debt on Trump because he did all that. Yeah, he's been president for 30 years now. The best was almost 36. All right, I'm going to tell you something. I didn't pay attention to this earlier. I'm going to give you one last chance, Tia. Let me see what you're saying. Leaders to Camp David on the anniversary of September 11th. Seriously, Trump not Biden agreed to a May 1st exit from Afghanistan. Oh my God, please. You did not bring Afghanistan. That horrific decision, you did not bring that up. Oh my gosh. Trump, not Biden. Yeah, okay. All right, that's it. That was your last chance. That was your last chance. Oh my God. Rene, my pleasure, brother. My love goes out to you, man. You guys have shown me a lot of love. It doesn't matter how much people hate me on here. I don't know, for some reason, man, people like to come in and hate. But I'm not the only chat. I have some people that I like, that I listen to, and I watch their chat, and I'm like, okay, my chat is pretty normal. Because, man, there's nothing. If you mention anything about Trump, as a matter of fact, I don't know what it is, but, people don't like this hat. Why? I don't understand. Why don't you like the MAGA hat? It make America great again. There's nothing wrong with that. It's made for Americans. Let's say Mr. Jones says, good life, man. Haters are going to be hating. That's right, Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones. Oh, wait, that's Mrs. Jones. My bad. Wrong song. Rush, how are you, babe? Honey, that is her name. Rush, babe. TDS, man, 100%. You guys already know. I am glad that most of the few people watching are patriots of this country, and I love you all. Thank you for that. Craig says, have a good night, sir. Have a good night, Craig. Thanks for stopping by. I think that we are getting close to calling this, but I don't want to close it without addressing issues that we have in our country with illegals getting licenses. Now, I know the Democrats and the liberals, they think, I don't even know if I should label them like that anymore. I mean, some people are still good on that side, but there's just the corrupted ones that make everybody else look bad. I know that some people think that giving an illegal immigrant a license is better because that way they be driving legally on the streets and on the freeways. That's how illogical they are. They even make the case. Right now, you guys already know what happened, right? In Florida, that illegal man, like Indian? I think he looked Indian or Middle Eastern, something like that. He got a license, a commercial license in California. How? The guy don't understand the signs. He don't speak English, etc. But somehow California decided to give him a commercial license, and 3 people are dead because of that. We need to be more responsible with what happens in our cities and our states. I think that the moment that we stop looking to respect the law, if we don't make others respect the law, this country is just going to keep getting worse and worse and worse. And the last piece of fact that I'm going to give you is this. The more people turn against God, the worse this country is going to do in the future. And that's just the fact. I understand that things are going the way they're supposed to go, but I refuse to believe that we cannot do anything for our country. I think that we need to pray more. We need to believe in God even more today than we did yesterday. Sin has been multiplying so much. In the 90s, when I was a teenager, still early adulthood, I was so against marriage between gays and all this stuff. And the first thing that I said was, if you start allowing gay people to have kids, they're going to indoctrinate them. Now, a lot of people say, no, we're not. We're just going to tell them, mom and dad. And then how are you going to do that when you have 2 guys, 2 women being moms, two dads being dads. Like how do you do that? You're not gonna tell them, hey, be gay, but they're gonna see it, and that's how they learn. That's how you indoctrinate. That's why you have a lot of mental problems today with people that don't even know who they are. This little kid back in the late 80s, the movie Kindergarten. You guys remember that part? The Arnold Schwarzenegger is trying to find out, blah, 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 some investigations in there. And the little kid gets up and he's like, you, over there. And he goes, boys have penises. Girls have a vagina. And everybody laughed and he sat down. And Arnold Schwarzenegger says, yes, that's right. I don't think he said that, but he agreed with the kid. My point is that we have thought that because we love gays and we lesbians, we love everybody, right? Because we love them, we have allowed them to adopt kids, and it doesn't matter if they teach them to be gay or not. It doesn't matter. And if they say they don't, I wouldn't believe it. You know why? Because every day they're showing them that life over and over and over. And what's crazy is that the devil has infiltrated the churches. You have lesbian pastors, which is an abomination according to the Bible. That is not legit. Those are not Christians. Those are fake Christians. Remember, not all who call me Lord, Lord really believe in me, and I will not accept them. I will say, I don't know you. Who are you? I will deny you. And that's exactly what we're seeing today. The Catholic Church. Okay, so the Catholic Church decides that they're going to have a religion or a doctrine where men, if they want to be priests, they cannot marry a woman. What happens? Pedophiles. And then homosexuality comes out of that. Why are you stopping a man that is supposed to be with a woman? Adam was not made with David. It was Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. You guys remember that saying? If God thought it was okay to have a man be with a man, he wouldn't have created Eve. He'd be like, hey, you know what? All you need is just a hole. There you go. You guys can help each other. That's not how it goes. It's not biblical. And it shows everything in the Bible for us to learn to live a better life. And people misinterpret it left and right. You have gay pastors, bishops. I mean, for Pete's sakes, you had mega churches that are ran on fake, on false testimonies. That is run on a fake doctrine. I mean, there's a lot of stuff, guys. That tonight is not about religion, but it's there. Let me read a couple of comments before I say goodbye, since we are very low on views. Let's see. How about the pedophiles being protected by DJT? That's a sin too. There is a law, and I don't know who you're referring to. No, your job is to make him look bad. I get it. Anthony says, John F. Kennedy said that, bro. It's not what you can do, but what can you do for your country? That's right. Hold'em says, keep religion separate to politics. Hold'em, you didn't check my channel, did you? This channel is about religion and politics. They go together, my friend, whether you like it or not. It's just the way it is. And I want to say, guys, thank you so much for the likes. I appreciate it. I know some change their minds because I see the likes go up and the likes going down. Maybe I say something somebody agrees with, and maybe I say something somebody disagrees, and then they take the like off. That's all right. But thank you anyways for giving me the like. I appreciate it. I love you for that. Let's see. He said Throw Them should have released them 4 years ago. I missed it, Brad. I missed the conversation there. What did God say about the Epstein files? Balthazar. Your name is just right, isn't it? Thou shalt not traffic children. That is not in the Bible. That's one old church in Mexico, he said. They don't understand God. Family, country. Yeah, Yeah, I agree, Mr. Jones. Thanks for hanging in there. Holden says, just my opinion. I don't think they should mix. Yeah, but this channel is about politics and religion, brother. This is what it's all about. And I also said in my description, and some story time, right? So I got stories to tell you guys sometimes. I haven't done that today, but normally I do have stories. I do want to thank you guys for joining my chat today and my live. I appreciate it. Thank you for the likes. Renee, you're always amazing, always supportive. Omar was here earlier. Rush Babe, thank you for your support. Much love to you guys. I know Trinity's not here today, but she's always supporting, and she's actually helped me moderate, so I appreciate that. Wonderful job. She's very educated. She's very smart. And, I hope to get more people like that in here, people that are supportive and are actually very smart and that can actually help me understand things better. I know you guys think that your opinion of putting Donald Trump is a good thing, but that doesn't help. What we need is, we cannot change the past, but what we need is, okay, what's going right? What is good? See, if I just hear negativity coming from you, it's hard for me to take you serious, because I have been called a Nazi. I have been called all kinds of racist names. I've been called bigot and all this other stuff, and I'm just like, man, people don't know me. They don't know how much I help people. They don't know how much I love people. They don't know how much I support everybody. And they say all these nasty things about me. So when I hear that about President Trump, I automatically get defensive. And see, and everything that you said against him, it doesn't mean jack squat. But if you come in here saying, hey, you know what, Donald Trump did this, that was pretty amazing. Hey, Donald Trump did that. Donald Trump did this. Then when you come in and you say something negative, I'm going to believe it. But you know why I don't support Democrats against Trump? Because every day since day one, when we put him in office, we vote him in and he got to be the president. And the first thing they say, we're going to impeach the motherfucker. That is your Democratic Party. Everybody that talks about democracy, save democracy, save democracy, they're the ones destroying democracy. They didn't accept the results from Donald Trump's election. They went against all of us. And what did they do when they insult Donald Trump? They said Donald Trump and his minions, all his racist followers that voted for him. Are you kidding me? That's how you're going to win me? That's how you're going to tell me to join your cause? That's not how you do it. I want to hear something. I want to hear something positive. Don't just bring a negative issue. Guys, I'm saying this with love. I want you to learn to think different, not brainwashed. Think different. See what you're being taught. You know, I like this guy. His name is J. Lee Peterson. Amazing. Right? You guys know him. Beta. Right? I like him. But I want to know who the man is. So I listen to him talk. He's not right about 80% of the stuff that he says. Yeah, he says some things that are way out there. Like it has nothing to do with the Bible. Like he's got some knowledge of the Bible, but got nothing to do with the Bible. Like here, I'll give you an example. He says, your thoughts betray you. So for somebody to make that comment, okay, let me think about it. Oh wait, my thoughts betray me. Well, my thinking says that he's right. Wait, no, that's a thought. That betrays me, so I shouldn't believe in it. He says that I should be thoughtless. Like I shouldn't think anything. I should just go about my life. Well, I got to think about where I'm going to step forward next time. I got to think about how I'm going to move my hand so I can grab something. See, everything the human body does, we have to think about it. And thinking creates thoughts. So for somebody that says, don't listen to your thoughts, you go this way, it's wrong. So I say to him today, Buddha. The guy's still funny though. I like Jesse Lee Peterson. I like it. But I mean, it's just, I'm trying to make a point, right? Yeah, of course we're all going to make this mistakes, and maybe I say some things that are not true, but I just can't believe that people just come in being negative, insulting our president and blah, blah, blah. And not once do they acknowledge that he has done anything good for this country. But you know what? Even those corrupted politicians, they have to admit it. You know why? Because now the media is paying attention. It's not just legacy media. There's people out there with cell phones. Just like they're doing a lot of insults to our National Guard. Let me tell you something. If you're one of those crazy loons that goes up to a National Guard and start yelling in their face, you are a moron. And I know you might not like me saying this, but you're a moron. They are there to do their job. You want to protest, go ahead and keep protesting Donald Trump. He's the commander-in-chief. You go ahead and yell at him, but don't yell at our National Guards. That's our brothers, our sisters, uncles, and fathers. Don't yell at them. They are our people. You want respect, you give respect. How can I say that I am going to support you when you hate my family? Yeah, what are we going to do with the writers? What you say? Yep, I agree with Mr. Jones. Tia, what you spitting? I already heard all that crap. Balthasar, what about the January rioters who beat up the police? Balthasar, let me tell you something. You were lied about January 6th. You know, there was a lot of videos on the internet about what really happened, and they got rid of them. You know what videos they haven't got rid of? What's the name of that video where they show the police officers inside the building guiding people to come inside? And there was hundreds of people inside already with the flags peacefully protesting inside the building. Why? Because they were invited in, my friend. And then all shit broke loose, but they got rid of those videos. They have so much surveillance inside the building, but they got rid of it. When they went to court, I'm like, okay, what happened to the video with the FBI's and amongst the people chanting, you know, to riot? That was not Republicans. You were lied. You were lied to. Let me see if I can find it, and I'll help you guys look it up. They got rid of so many videos, bro. It's not even funny. There was YouTuber influencers chasing these FBI agents down. Hey, why are you guys hiding amongst the Republican crowd? What are you guys doing in there? Like, why are you guys disguised? Why are you not showing that you're FBI? They're out there in the middle of the Republicans, and of course, there's always the humans. We move as a herd. There was Democrats hiding, pretending to be Republicans, ready to commit atrocities in there. You know how I know? I'm going to give you one fact, and I want you to go look this up. Donald Trump gave pardons to all of them, right? Except for one person, which was one of the rioters that supposedly was a Republican. And guess who that was? A Democrat. She's over there with a gun in one of her pictures talking about how she's going to shoot Donald Trump. You didn't know that one, did you? It's a fact. It's there. She's the only one that says, I don't need his pardon. It was a Democrat lady. Amongst the Republicans that were blamed, and that there's a lot of innocent American patriots that have been in jail for years for nothing. Where's the due process for them? They got no due process. And yet you guys go fight for due process for illegal immigrants. F the Americans, you say. Come on, man. Come on, look it up. Do your research. Let me see. January 6th. Carlton Tucker, I think it was the name on it. Let me see if I can find it. I gave you guys this on a couple of lives ago, I believe. This video tells a different story of January 6th. Let me take a look and see if this is the one. Yeah. So this video shows the rioters when they are breaking the window right from outside. Here, it's called, and look it up, okay? It's called Tucker. This video tells a different story of Jan 6. Look that up. Watch that video. It's one of the very few that has survived. I have seen a lot more than these. You will see how peaceful they were inside. And the police, somebody in here did something to start shit. These people were not doing that. And they lie to you, bro. January 6th was a farce. And they try to make it look like it was worse than September 11th? Are you kidding me? It was worse than Pearl Harbor? Are you kidding me? That's right. How did you believe that? I want to know, how did you believe that this junk right here was worse than Pearl Harbor? Tell me that. Yeah, police escorts Patriot. And they jailed him. Nah. You know, I wish that they can investigate the people that are grabbing the doors and you can see their tattoos on their hands. I wish they can investigate those people. They were peaceful in there, man. They were invited to come inside and everything was peaceful. Look at that. They're letting them in through the front door. And they just say, come on in, take a look. Everybody's peaceful. And they say, oh, Donald Trump told them to do that. And then you get the tweets with the stamp that says, be peaceful. Protest peacefully. These are people who wonder from a political right. Man, you got to watch that video. Watch that video. I'll leave you with that one. Hopefully, you guys can make that video go viral. Go again. 14.2 million subscribers and only 3.5 million people watched this video from 2 years ago. I'm telling you right now, this thing is not what you think. They were set up. Center of the single most famous person arrested. It's a Navy veteran from the Arizona called Jacob Chansley, often referred to as the Cannon. That's crazy. They even said a lot of people were wearing MAGA hats that were not Republicans. I like this. This is a theorist dressed in outlandish costumes who led the violence. The violent effect that you see on there was not Republicans. They try to make it look like it was the Republicans. Watch that video. Stop believing lies. Yeah, you got to hold him. No, he didn't. He told them to go protest peacefully. I watched this live, bro. I watched it live. Address it. Stop being a fool. Don't be lied to no more, okay? Learn the truth. Learn the truth. What's crazy is that I remember when they were doing the trial for this January 6th, which was so important, right? It was so important. But when they were doing the trial, they will play a clip. Okay, stop it right there. And then they kept making up the story. No, why are you stopping it? Take your time. You are about to prosecute innocent Americans. You know what? No due process. Someone straight to jail. They got nothing. Rush, babe, Tia has no clue. I'm assuming it's a girl. Probably a guy pretending to be a woman. Darla says, Dennis, UT, what? I don't see that. Darla. I couldn't see it. I don't know what you said. Sorry about that. Tia, I'm going to believe that you are on meds. The way that you're talking, you are on meds. Darla says, Dennis, US J6, a true timeline. I don't know what that means. Look up the pardons. Some of them were pardoned because they didn't receive due process, as they should have. Yeah, she's on the wrong meds or she forgot to take her meds. Something is going on. There was a lot of QAnon and conspiracy stuff also, and Trump gave the go-ahead. Hold them. You brainwashed, man. Your brainwash. We watched all of this stuff live, bro. Donald Trump. Did you know Donald Trump offered Nancy Pelosi 10,000 National Guard troops? Answer me that, and then I'll believe what you say. Did you know that? Yeah, I know. And they say the same thing about us. No, go ahead. Answer me. Did Nancy Pelosi reject 10,000 National Guard troops for January 6th? Yes or no? And if you answer correctly, you will find the truth. And that truth will set you free. Yes, Miguel, I saw that too. So let me tell you something. Why will Donald Trump offer 10,000 National Guard members to keep everything safe if he was telling these people to riot? Number one, it would make him look bad. They chased this man like Paul chased the Christians back before he was transformed. They hated this man for 4 years, even though they loved him when he was on their side. Every Democrat that turns, they hate if they're not hating Donald Trump. So your little TDS that you're throwing in here, especially Tia, if you realize the truth, you will see that what you're saying makes no sense. Okay, Donald Trump doesn't like them either. But hey, let me give you 10,000 National Guard troops. Nancy Pelosi said 3 times. The guy says she rejected that. Bro, there's only like 30 people in here. I'm about to cut this chat anyway. This live is dead already. The only people in here, and I see my comments, Rush Babe agrees, Miguel agrees, Anthony agrees. What are you talking about, Baltasar? This cover is a bit of a stretch, really. So your truth is right? And our truth is wrong? Yeah, that's how we're going to play it. It makes sense to me. I'm going to give you 10,000 troops to protect you. You don't want it? Okay, whatever. Remember, I offered you 3 times. I tried 3 times. There is actually proof in the court of law that she rejected this. No, on a hearing, rejected that 3 times, and they tossed it out. That's right, Anthony. I don't know, man. I don't understand why people eat. They keep drinking that Kool-Aid, man. I don't get it. When you have legacy media, running on a lie, especially with Russia collusion, we know Shifty Schiff was leaking that information. That's why he's going to do 20 plus years in jail. We know that they made up all that Russia collusion bullcrap. And the only reason why they search Mar-a-Lago, a president that had the right to declassify documents by just saying, I declassified this document. He was persecuted. They raided his house. They went into the first lady's place. They went into his son's place, raided the whole place. And yet when Vice President Biden did the same crap, which he had no authorization, you guys didn't say a peep. So I don't hear shit about it. I don't care. I don't care. I think that the people that were interested on the comments today was they're already gone to sleep. Or we're done. But we will continue tomorrow, Friday. New chat. We're going to see what news comes up. Hopefully, we get some positivity coming in tomorrow. For you guys that have been brainwashed. I'm telling you, you got to look up more information. The only reason why I looked that information up is because I remembered there were so many videos about it that they don't exist today. So somebody did something to hide the truth, and you guys cannot see it. All right. With that being said, let's see, Mr. Jones, the recent report confirmed that while 26 FBI informants were present, None were authorized to participate in illegal activities or enter the Capitol. What do you say to that, Balthasar? Thank you, Rush Bay. God bless you. Man, I'm glad that you guys have some information to back me up. I appreciate it. Miguel, you're always great. Thank you for your support. You're always awesome. Have a good night, Darla. You take care. Mr. Jones, you're on it, man. He can't contradict that. They were there. Why? That's exactly my question, man. There was this. I don't know if you saw it, Mr. Jones, but they were. Oh, I got some more for you. You mentioned parties. I got some more for you. So there were videos of YouTubers, right? Or thank you, Ronald. Much love to you, brother. Have a good night, man. Thanks for stopping by, brother. I mean it. Thank you. There were some YouTubers that went chasing this FBI agents that were hiding as Trump supporters. And what's crazy is that they even had the red hat, "Make America Great Again," these bastards. And they pretended to be Trump supporters. Okay, that's one thing. But here, I want you to go look who did President Joe Biden pardon. And watch this. The one thing that I found very, very curious and interesting was he pardoned, of course, his son for any future wrongdoings, which I think he can do. I'm not sure. And then every single police officer or agents present at the January 6th, this is the people that Joe Biden pardoned. You know what that means? They cannot be investigated. Why? Just like my brother Jones said over here, why were they there? Yes, even the one that killed Ashley. Oh, but if Ashley would have been a black woman, maybe we would have got some riots going. Something would have happened, right? I'm just saying. Anthony Gillian says, "I like your podcast since watching." Thank you, Anthony. Appreciate it. Much love to you. I'm surprised I got some people still holding on after hearing all this negativity today. Yeah, I apologize about that. I try to make it fun. I try to bring some facts, some truth. But you know what, Balthasar? I'm not mad at you because you're asking questions. Yes, you think you know the truth or you believe, okay? And I'm okay with that. But I appreciate you because you're at least trying to ask questions, trying to bring up things. But Tia has just been bringing all these things that he's been accused of, and 99% of those things is not factual. He's been cleared off. He's been doing things legally. They've been lying about him, and it has shown me no proof of anything that he has done for this country. And so that's the one thing that you can do to help me believe that you're trying to have a dialogue, and I have not seen it. Yeah, Ronald's a good guy. I like Ronald. I appreciate it, brother. And I mean, yeah, you can be disappointed, but we cannot be mad because I don't know what you're seeing, but what I see is different than what you're saying. And so I can't agree with it. And it has nothing to do with Trump. Believe me, I supported Democrats as well. There's actually a few Democrats that I still support, but that's another story. And I always say it, do your research, look it up. I give you the name of the title of the video. Look at yourself. Look at the people being waved in there. Add the 10,000 National Guard troops that Nancy Pelosi denied. She was caught on record on a video saying that it was her fault that she didn't accept it because they hate Trump so much, guys, that they can't. Once they mess up, all they can do is lie. And once they make that lie, they can't tell the truth. And they got to keep lying and lying. And they just get, man, the lie just keeps getting bigger. And what upsets me about it is that the American people paid the price for that. And that's just wrong on so many levels. So the people that come in here, oh, Senator Kennedy is a badass. Did he mess up? I like Kennedy. Did he mess up? Thank you, Renee. I see that. Appreciate it. American store, I'll give you one more chance. The American store now pays $30 a piece for the import of the same shirt. American store sells the same shirt in store for $50 a piece. That is how tariffs work. So you make a decision. Do you want to support America or do you want to save some money supporting another country? It's up to you. And that's totally up to you. And let me tell you, companies will price gouge you at every second that they get a chance to do it. So that's just one thing. Yep, save money, it's consumerism. Holden says it's a lie. Fact check a reputable source, not social media. Hey, videos don't lie, bro. That's not a made up video. Is that what you're talking about? Ashley Babbitt got what was coming to her. She was breaking through a window. Okay. All right. So, okay. What the representatives were on the other side, she had guns pointed at her. She was told that there were guns pointed at her. Okay. So, does that mean that every person that comes into this country illegally, we should shoot them as well? Because that's what they're doing. They're breaking and entering into our country. Should we shoot them as well? Yeah. With your logic, she had it coming. So do all these illegal immigrants that come to the southern border. Should they get shot by your logic? Yeah, murder for a broken window. That is exactly right. Yeah, because how many guns was she pointing at them? Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I don't listen to the comments. I told you to watch the video, and that's it. Don't listen to the comments because then you're still not going to learn what I'm trying to tell you. It's a damn shame. It really is a shame, Mr. Jones. Sorry that we have to hear that talk, but it's necessary to talk it up sometimes. Yeah, gas gouging in Denver, absolutely. And you will see that there's companies, gas stations that have a lot of different price ranges. And it's not because the gas is more expensive 5 blocks down the street. It's not. That's just what they charged. They have to make a profit to provide the service that they provide. Convenience has a price. We don't go to the movie theater and pay $16 for a soda that costs 10 cents to make, but you pay it for the convenience. The popcorn in a big large bucket, it doesn't cost $20, but you go and pay $20. With $20, you can have 10 buckets of popcorn. You know what I'm saying? But you pay for the convenience. You don't go to the store at the movie theater and pay $10 for a little bag of Skittles that cost 99 cents at the Walmart. But you pay for the convenience. So depending on where you shop, is the price that you're going to have for the clothing. But I really mean that. Like, okay, what's more important to you? To buy a cheap shirt from somewhere else or to have housing available for you? To have cheaper rent or mortgage? To have cheaper prices in gas? Maybe if you didn't pay so many taxes in your city or state, you would be able to afford better prices to pay for better labor that Americans deserve to get paid. Remember, every laborer deserves to get paid. What's fair? Just because you want to, save money on a T-shirt, it doesn't mean that people should should get ripped off. Let's see. The trade deficit was $300 billion. Why make deal with these countries when you're basically making no profit? I believe that some tariffs are made as an, how would I put it? Not as an example. Even though you might think, oh, the country is so poor, they should pay no tariffs. What? Okay, here, number one, you guys are thinking, okay, a country that's so poor is paying 10% tariffs. Okay, what the hell are they going to import? What is it that they will import that paying 10% tariff is going to break their economy? Nothing. In Honduras, for example, they can grow anything in the country. If they decide to import, that's their decision. That's their need. But they can get everything done inside the country. So tariffs is not going to destroy the economy. It's meant to make fair deals, fair trading. The United States has been paying the price for the tariffs that the world has been putting on us. So I don't feel bad for that. And Project 2025, why people keep bringing that up? God, I can't breathe. I have a headache. I want to see something good in there. Project 2025 is on point. Yeah. Do you know why we need a conservative blueprint? Because Democrats have been screwing it over for the last couple of decades. We have to fix so many bad things in our country. And all we can think about is me, me, me. There's more than just me. It's us. It's everybody. You know, mayors and governors in blue cities and states, they think that it's better to have crime than to actually have peace, law and order. They don't care about their constituents being safe. And you guys, all you guys can complain about is the National Guard should not be in our cities and states. You say that with such conviction, but then you don't say nothing about the crime. You don't say nothing about gangbangers. You don't say nothing about people getting killed left and right. You don't say nothing about carjackings. I mean, at this last conference that the Democrats had, they were talking about they don't care about car hijackings. They don't care about that type of criminality. They think that the only problem that they have in their state and cities is a mental health problem that they should address. And that's not going to fix it. That's not going to fix it. An evil intended person has nothing to do with having a mental breakdown. They're just evil people. Criminals are criminals. And very random do you see a criminal that has some... All right. So I guess YouTube says it is time to cut it off, and I will. Guys, I know all my people have left. I hope that Baltasar and Tia, you guys do a little bit more research. And send us some post the last year, I believe. I hope that you guys have a wonderful night. God bless you. And God bless the USA. You guys take care. We'll see you tomorrow at the same time. Peace. Man, I can't breathe.